Hey gang, a lot of you have probably heard about a show called My Strange Addictions, and if you haven't, you're probably addicted to being useless. And if you don't know what it is, it's a show about people with strange addictions, eating sand, drinking paint, and my personal favorite, the lady who ate her house. Yum. And I don't know about you, but when I'm hungry, I don't just go to my local grocery store, I go to my local wall. So today I've decided to take a look at one of the episodes that started it all, the Puppet Lady.
I'm addicted to ventriloquism.
You're what?
Isn't that a good idea, Steve? So this episode starts off by introducing us to April and her quirky addiction and her puppet May. Oh. And April's family is understandably worried about her and this addiction, so they kind of try to bring it up to her from time to time, but she's like, no.
Is there like some room for something else?
No.
April brings her puppets everywhere she goes, like the corner store to get coffee, the diner, even when she's chilling with her boys at the beauty salon.
Whether I'm chilling with my boys at the beauty salon.
I assume by boys she means puppets because they literally never mention any kids in this episode. She and her puppets also perform at comedy clubs and private events because let me tell you one thing about April, she's not gonna let her puppets freeload and not do any work.
These puppets, they're working. Everybody's gotta pay rent around here.
Then comes my favorite puppet of the bunch, Chef Cinnamon Toast. Why is her name Chef Cinnamon Toast, you may be asking? I don't know. So now we're finally introduced to May, and I'll let her tell you a little bit about herself. So she treats these puppets as children because, sure, she openly admits it's an expensive habit, but she wants to buy them beds.
My addiction is very expensive, and I'm trying to get them beds.
Because I guess her trunk isn't good enough for them, those ungrateful little puppets. I'm gonna run one over with a car. Then we'll see if the puppets like the trunk after that. All in all, she spends over $2,000 a month on puppets, and she doesn't have a steady job, which makes for a recipe of a good life. So now they introduce us to April's sister, Brenna, who seems like she has a little bit more of an understanding of what's going on here, like the whole puppet thing. And when Brenna figured out that April was really into ventriloquism, she immediately started seeing red flags because she was afraid of what was gonna come next.
I was horrified. As a younger sister, I thought it would make me really uncool.
Now that's a good sister.
I can talk to them and they're like a therapy.
Now I'm not an expert, but it sounds like you might need a therapist.
It's hard talking to April and her dolls because instead of having a one-on-one conversation, it's bam, there's a third person.
So in April's life, there are no one-on-one conversations. There are only one-on-one with an extra one. So a three-way conversation.
Oh, hello, Mr. Leon in a backpack. How are you?
Was she not able to think of anything a little more creative than that? Top of the morning to you, Mr. Guy with a backpack on, with a red hoodie and a red shirt and then blue pants and a green jacket and you're ugly? What do I know? I'm not the puppet master here. Now we get to the part where it talks about how the puppets have affected her personal life and her relationships.
When my ex-fiance, I maybe choose him or the puppets.
Please, April, between your husband and the puppets, choose the normal human option, please.
It was pretty painful.
Oh, good. For a second there, I thought she was about to choose her fiance over her puppets. That would've been crazy.
I'm worried people will stay away from her because she's just this girl with a puppet.
She's just a girl with a puppet, also known as Puppet Girl.
This girl with a puppet.
Did that puppet just attack someone? Yeah, now I understand her sister's concern a little bit more. That puppet is a danger to society.
I'm not hurting anybody.
I'm not hurting anybody. But for all those haters out there who think that they can judge her, April's got 3 words for you.
3 words, leave me alone.
And what is that little look at the end? It's like a little smirky, snarky look, and she's like, I got you. You don't have a comeback for that because I just owned you.
I'm always perfecting my voices, and I always have to rehearse.
So I have a question about this part. Did nobody tell her that her hair looked like a crackhead's hair? It's so messed up. Was it that difficult to have someone say, hey, April, come here.
No.
You've got a little issue right here that you might want to clean up. And now they reveal that April spends 80 hours a week working with her puppets, which is 4,000 hours a year.
Which of your babies is in the suitcase now?
April, what puppet do you have in there this time? Oh.
May thinks that my sister is intimidated by her looks. I just think she feels that she's being replaced, and that's really hard for her.
It must be so hard for her sister to sit there and just act like she's listening to what the puppet's saying. Or maybe she thinks the puppet's real.
Put your hand in my mouth. Come on.
I don't know if I want to.
Put your hand in my
I want
mouth.
to.
Put your hand in my mouth. Do it.
Put your hand in my mouth. No thanks, I'm okay. Okay.
You're not love Gargle Walter, so just like shut it.
Brenna literally just got destroyed by the puppet. How do you even come back from that?
I'm sorry, she's just having a day.
I'm sorry, my puppet's just in one of those moods. You know how it is. April, you're the puppet. The puppet is you.
Maybe things would be easier if you know, didn't have to always carry around like a heavy puppet.
Bye.
Her sister was trying to go about it so carefully. Hey, April, I don't know if this is in your best interest to carry these puppets around. How dare you? Don't ever say that to me again.
No, apologize to May.
Why does Brenna need to apologize to May? She didn't even say anything.
I know that in order to stay close to her, I can't tell her me or the puppets.
Because she would choose the puppets over you. We all know how that went with her fiance.
My dedication to this has been an issue for other types of careers.
Me spending 4,000 hours with my puppets a year has kind of been a turnoff to other employers. What are you gonna do about it?
Wanna see me fly? Ah!
And now they're gonna show us April practicing at a comedy club, and this is where we meet April's mom, Anne.
May, I'm so glad that you're standing next to me.
Don't I look skinnier already?
Her mom is in so much pain right now.
Do you like the flow of those, Mom?
Pretty good, pretty good.
That was good. Good one.
Have you thought about spending less time with the puppets?
Mom, I thought we discussed this. You weren't going to ambush me on this visit.
I feel like it's pretty obvious that at any given moment, someone could be like, do you think you might spend too much time with your puppets?
I'm never going to get tired of my puppets, Mom. Ever.
If I had a daughter, I'd want her to be obsessed with puppets and bring them everywhere she goes.
Please, Mom, stop crying. It's gonna mess up your eye makeup.
Yeah, Mom, you're embarrassing me.
People have been saying that I'm spending too much time with the puppets.
Really? What? Who would have guessed?
Maybe I'll see,
At
therapists.
some point over the course of that conversation, where at first April was like not having it, she decided that maybe she should go to therapy, and so she meets with the therapist.
So how much time would you say you spent with them?
Spend a lot of time with them.
I feel like that might kind of be a little bit of an understatement, but I guess it would sound weird to say I spend every waking moment with them.
So you seem very attached to them.
So you seem like you might like your puppets.
Yeah, she's sort of the bad girl of the group.
Can we put May away and just talk between the two of us?
Yeah, it's not like there's a whole camera crew in there or anything. This conversation can just be between us.
One time I was doing a trade show performance and a guy tried to have me arrested, and I actually really got into it with him.
I'm curious to see how the situation escalated so much that this guy tried to have her arrested. She makes it sound like it just kind of randomly happened. Like this guy randomly walked up to her and was like, I want you in jail. But in reality, she actually like stabbed him or something.
Sometimes it's like I always just want to tell them how I really think and feel about them.
So they have this therapy session, and the therapist's recommendation is to find other creative outlets to express herself, and she seems pretty open to it.
I feel the therapy session went well. I learned some things about myself. I don't see any reason to put the puppets aside or to spend any less time with them.
Yeah, the therapist made some good points. She kind of helped me think through some things, but I think I'm just gonna keep on doing what I'm doing.
If anything, I'm spending as much time with my children as possible.
So the whole therapy session was pointless. So that was April, the lady with a puppet addiction. But do you like smelling good? The answer is yes, you should like to smell good. So you should check out this video right here because I look at some weird perfume commercials that will knock your socks off. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.